Welcome back, everybody. Gorgeous day here in New York, New York. We're at Citi Field in Flushing, New York. Getting you set for the Angels and the New York Mets. Hey there, everybody. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Now, it took a while for Mike Scioscia and the Angels to post their lineup here this morning, 11:18 local time, presumably to find out if Albert Pujols would be good to go. He is not in the lineup, and as a matter of fact, just found out they still do not know if he will be available to pinch hit. And Mike Scioscia was also pointing out that in order for the Angels to be a good baseball team, they need to be better than just one guy, whether it's Mike Trout or Albert Pujols. A couple of guys just not comfortable in the box right now, so there's going to be a void in the lineup until they can get good and get Albert back and get Mike Trout back. But it makes sense, maybe hold Albert off just one more day and get ready to DH in Tampa. When we come back, Victor Rojas, Mark Gubicza, and first pitch from Citi Field. Enjoy the game, everybody.
West is being brought to you by our local Southern California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich only at Jack in the Box. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places.
We welcome you back out to Citi Field in the final game of this three-game set between the Angels and the New York Metropolitans. The Mets haven't won the first two, and the Angels not the way they wanted to start this 10-game road trip through New York, St. Petersburg, and Miami. But they save a little face before getting back into American League action tomorrow against the Rays by picking up a W, and they'll be facing someone whom the Angels have faced before, and that is Tommy Milone. Here's the lineup for Mike Scioscia with the Angels. With the loss last night, now 22-23 on the season, 8 back in the West. We'll have Cameron Maybin leading things off in left. Andrelton Simmons batting second, playing shortstop. Mike Trout's back in center. It'll be Jeffrey Marte today trying to protect Trout and trying to give him some pitches. He's the third baseman. C.J. Cron at first. Cole Calhoun drops down to the sixth spot. Danny Espinosa at second. Martin Maldonado behind the plate. And Jesse Chavez is batting ninth. Of course, he is on the mound. Taking on the 30-year-old left-hander native of Saugus, California, and product of USC. His name is Tommy Milone.
Yeah, Tommy Malone's fastball, not overpowering, but spots it well, 86 to 90. Cut fastball, curveball, very good changeup. My go-tos to be successful this time against Malone is drive that changeup the other way. Don't try to pull that pitch. If you do so, you get a lot of ground balls to short, and bring that fastball lower part of the strike zone. He will try to elevate, bring it down, becomes more hittable.
Defensively for the Mets this afternoon, Conforto, Granderson, and Bruce in the outfield from left to right. Flores, Reyes is not in the lineup. It's Reynolds, Reyes a late scratch, Walker and Duda from third to first, and Plawecki behind the plate.
And Neil Walker playing second base today for the New York Mets. Has been pretty solid so far this year. Just 2 errors. He's turned 18 double plays, 986 fielding percentage, which is third best amongst NL second basemen.
A sloppily played game for the Angels last night, both on the defensive side and on the offensive side, although they did make it interesting in that ninth inning. Be able to battle back, but still a loss is a loss. And once again, the one thing that continues to rear its ugly head, Gooby, especially with Albert Pujols not in the lineup, is the fact that hitting with men in scoring position, getting base runners on, has been okay for the Angels this year, but when they've got them in scoring position, they just haven't been able to capitalize, except in those situations late in games when they've been able to rally.
Yes, I mean, when you think about it, this changed that approach, especially with, we've seen a number of games with the bases loaded. Instead of thinking of the home run grand slam, line drive back up the middle. That's what's going to be very important against Tommy Milone here today.
This will be Malone's third start since being acquired off waivers from the Milwaukee Brewers, and the first one this afternoon's in their first strike.
He has 6-2 in his career versus the Angels, although an ERA 4.68 for Tommy Milone. That's that combo he'll do, that little two-seam fastball away, 86. Will back it up with a changeup, a little bit off the corner. He'll try to get you to swing at pitches that are not strikes.
2 balls, 1 strike on Maven, hitting .228, 7 doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs. Maven yesterday, that leadoff spot, 1 for 3, drew a couple of walks. On base percentage up to .351. This is line to left and a leadoff single for Maven.
Slightly out in front of that pitch, but still able to get a base hit. Get it going early on. Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful against the Mets, and Tommy Milone, a little Jay-Z, run this town. I think you have to try to be aggressive, force the issue on this, especially on these outfielders for the New York Mets. Not as mobile as they once were, especially Granderson and center Bruce in right. Challenge that. Get that extra base, put himself in position to score those runs, score some runs with the legs, even as much so with the bats.
There's Andrelton Simmons, .253 average, and he'll jump at the first one, shoots one into right field, a base hit. This will allow Maven to go to third. Andrelton's on his way to second. He's got himself a double. And the Angels have runners at second and third, nobody out, first base open.
I wonder if they'll walk
Trout coming up.
I would not be surprised if Terry Collins does that right away, even though it's the first inning. Although Trout's numbers against Milone, not real strong. Just 5 for 24. Yep, they're going to do it.
There it is. Well, Terry was asked after the game yesterday when Trout came to the plate, as the intentional walk here happens. When Trout came to the plate in the ninth inning with the bases loaded, whether he thought about walking Trout. He said he did. He thought he was going to walk Trout, walk in a run, but instead he gave Addison Reed an opportunity, ended up being a sac fly, so he gave up just the 1 run, and of course the Angels ended up losing by 2.
Well, we've seen that before with Buck Showalter, with Barry Bonds in the past.
Yeah, Joe Madden's done it as well. So bases loaded situation with nobody out.
This really comes into play for Marte as far as don't be over aggressive. Use that middle of the field. Line one into the left center or right center. If he makes a mistake in, you can certainly adjust to that.
Cuts through the first one. No balls and a strike.
Getting on one of those bases loaded situations where you're looking for multiple runs scored.
Yep. Of course, the one that stands out is the one on Friday night where the Angels had him loaded, nobody out against Jacob deGrom in the 7th inning and got nothing out of it. No balls, 2 strikes. Marte hitting just 182, 256 on base percentage, couple of home runs. Oh for 3 last night. Able to lead off single to left. Simmons a double to right. Trout intentionally walked. It's the 8th time this year Trout's been walked that way. 0-2 pitch. Missed in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gabe Morales calling the balls and strikes. Ben May at first, Phil Cuzzy at second, Gary Cederstrom at third base.
That's one of those show pitches right there for Malone. Fastball in. More likely you'll see either a curveball or changeup, possibly even in the dirt. Well, he may be going back in.
Even further inside.
That's why I don't understand that, you know, especially because your best pitch, if you're Tommy Malone, is your changeup. You had a chance of hitting the batter there, bringing home a run, especially ahead of the count. You've already had your setup pitch. Now you're even up if you're Marte. Now you're looking outer part of the plate and trying to drive it the other way.
Two now. Off speed downstairs, full count.
I think he had a shot at getting Marte to chase that pitch the pitch before, but he knows and was looking away. Tracked it well because it started at the knees, was not going to end up in that zone.
CJ Cron on deck, bases loaded, nobody out. 3-2 count on Marte. And a payoff. That's fouled back. Plawecki just getting a look, but it's into the seats.
What a beautiful day here in New York.
Gorgeous. Perfect day for a sunglasses giveaway.
Yes.
Going back outside, it looks like the 3-2, and it misses. 1-0 Angels. Marte picks up his 12th RBI. The Boo Birds out early.
Couple pitches off the plate in during that sequence. You have to get ahead 0-2, but then Marte did a nice job but not chasing any of those all-speed pitches out of the strike zone. Again, when you go back to that sequence, I think that pitch, the second pitch inside, threw Tommy Malone off. Better chance to try to get Marte the chase 1-2 as compared to 2-2.
Cron last night came into the game, got a hit, also scored a run, went 1 for 1, hitting .231 on the season. Malone delivers a breaking ball. Cron hammers it to deep left field, and that is gone. Big fly for C.J. Cron. Grand slam makes it 5-0 Angels.
What we talk about, multiple runs with the bases loaded, that's exactly what happened. 4 of them on that swing for C.J. Cron, his first home run of the season, and it's a big one, a grand slam for C.J. Cron. Now 8 RBI as the Angels jump all over the Mets here in the first inning. We talked about the need even in the opening today of getting some knocks with runners in scoring position. Exactly what he was waiting on, a curveball, middle of the plate, way out for C.J. Cron. Always a streaky hitter. Very important for Cron to get hot now.
Second career slam for C.J. and more importantly, as you mentioned, first of the year. Hit 4 RBIs coming into play today.
One little double dutch on that one.
Yes, he did.
A big smile for C.J. Cron. Really, when you go back to this whole inning, real good at bat for Andrelton Simmons lining that double down the right field line. Moving Maben over to third after he singled to start the game. A couple walks and then the grand slam.
Yeah, Andrelton hunting fastball away right from the get-go and got it. Cole strikes out swinging on the breaking ball. And the Mets faithful appreciate the strikeout for the first out of the game. Malone's been solid against lefties. Righties have given him some trouble. As Danny Espinosa, switch hitter, steps in. Danny made the last out last night as a pinch hitter. Comes in batting 147, 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. 5-0 here in the first. He'll punch this one to right field. Good piece of hitting. You know, a 1-out single.
Even going back to what he did in the first pitch, he went down there to try to bunt. What it allows you to do as a hitter, you're tracking the zone, and the next pitch was very similar as far as the plane and the area of the plate, and he goes the other way because he tracked the pitch before, didn't try to pull it. Very good swing from Danny Espinosa. Always like that, especially when the hitter is struggling. This is an attempt to bunt, so you can track the plane of the baseball and see the rotation. It's the very next pitch, same area, lines it in the right field.
AT Maldonado takes a big hack. He got into the game last night as a pinch hitter. Juan Graterol had to start behind the dish. Action already in the Mets bullpen. Rafael Montero getting ready. One ball, one strike on Maldonado. Malone's 9th game, 6th start of the season. Mentioned 3rd for the Mets. They picked him up off waivers from Milwaukee on May the 7th.
And Malone has allowed 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts. Certainly a guy with his times to the plate. If you guess right, go on first move, and you're going to be successful stealing the base.
Espinosa on the move. Swing and a miss. The throw down is late. Espinosa picks up a stolen base.
Exactly going on that first move, get into scoring position. First stolen base of the season, been caught twice. Big jump. Easy gets that first stolen base as an Angel. Stays on the base.
One-two pitch. This is pulled to left. That's a base hit. Past Flores. Espinosa is going to be waved in. Conforto comes up firing. The throw is a good one, and they got him. 2 down.
Pretty good throw by Conforto. He charged it well. Talk about a perfect angle and a path for Espinosa to slide home, so there's no challenge on that play whatsoever. He's able to tag him. And it looked like going into third base, it looked like Espinosa thought he may have been held up, but you have the pitcher coming up here very next spot here, and Jesse Chavez.
I thought the same thing when he took off from second, that he was going to be content stopping at third. Ron Renicky, I think you mentioned with Jesse coming up, you've got to send him.
I think it was a slight hesitation because the baseball might have been caught by Flores at third. How often you see this for Jesse Chavez coming to the plate before taking the mound in the bottom of the first inning. And Ron Renicky sending Espinosa home all the way. Took a perfect throw to get him out.
Chavez goes down swinging, and the Angels are done here in the first, but they score 5. The bases loaded walk to Marte, and then C.J. Cron got a hanger, and he banged it.
Curveball right down the heart of the plate. First home run of the season for C.J. Cron.
To the Angels lead in the first inning with that grand slam, so it's 5-0 as we start the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup. They come into play today with the 2 victories against the Angels at 18 and 23, 6.5 back and in third place in the National League East. Michael Conforto leading things off. He is in left field. Wilmer Flores at third base. Jay Bruce in right. Neil Walker at second. Curtis Granderson at center. Lucas Duda at first base. Kevin Plawecki behind the plate. Matt Reynolds the shortstop, and Tommy Malone the pitcher batting ninth. Taking on Jesse Chavez, who comes into this one with a 3-5 mark and a 4.22 ERA. This will be his first career start here at Citi Field.
He is 0-0 with a 3.86 career ERA against the Mets. Fastball is going to be 90-94. Good two-seam action. So a slider, cut fastball, curveball, changeup. I thought his changeup was very, very good his last time out.
10th start of the season. Pardon me, 10th appearance of the season. 9th start for the Angels. 2 career relief appearances, just totaling an inning and a third in this ballpark. The first one misses low to Conforto. 22 average for the left fielder. 7 doubles, a triple, 11 home runs. 27 runs batted in.
See that good late life on that two-seam fastball from Jesse. Talking to him the other day, it's all about that good balance over the pitching rubber. It allows him to pitch. He calls side to side, inside, outside.
2-1 count. Conforto yesterday 1 for 2. Drew 3 walks and scored 3 runs. Got himself a .417 on base percentage. Foul this one back to the left.
I think when you look at this lineup for the Mets, he may be their most consistent hitter in the lineup.
No doubt. Especially, and really the one big threat without Cespedes in the lineup. He'll take a called strike 3, 1 away. It's the outside corner as we check out the Angels on the defensive side of things. Cameron Maybin's at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield with Jeffrey Marte, Angelton Simmons on the left side, Danny Espinosa, C.J. Cron on the right, and Maldonado behind the plate.
And Angelton Simmons has turned 29 double plays. 3 straight games with their first time since 2013. 6 errors on the season. Tough error last night's game for Andrelton Simmons.
Jose Reyes originally in the starting lineup and batting second, but he was scratched before the game, so Flores jumps up to the 2 spot. Third baseman is filling in for David Wright. Wright has been on the disabled list with a shoulder impingement, had a setback in his rehab, and they've shut him down once again. This one's fouled back. 1-2. That's also without Asdrubal Cabrera. A number of their everyday guys. Two. Flores hitting .276, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs.
It's a pretty good breaking ball there from Jesse Chavez. Just a little bit off the corner. Now it's a time where you think, okay, back-to-back breaking balls right there in that same outside part of the plate, and see if you can sneak a fastball there now.
Towards short and under the glove of Simmons. Actually may have gotten a piece of it. That's that scary dive for any infielder when that glove hand tucks underneath the body and rolls over.
We see that a couple times with Hamilton when he's diving for a baseball. Change up, went down and got it outside part of the plate, just by him, and the bending of the glove as he's got the body and all the weight on that glove hand. Almost able to get to that just off the glove. As he rolls over on the wrist and shoulder. Seems to be okay though.
Flores on board as Jay Bruce, the right fielder. He'll take down at him. .247 average for Bruce. 10 home runs, 27 runs batted in.
2 for 4 in his career versus Chavez.
Lifted, foul, and out of play.
Chavez has had 6 double plays turned behind him this year. Going to put up a 0 after the offense right away. Comes out with 5 runs, including a grand slam from C.J. Cron. Second of his career, first home run of the season for C.J. Cron.
3 infielders on the right side with Bruce at the plate. Got a piece of it. That's right fielder, former Red, 0 for 3 last night. That's 10 and 12 here at home. Mentioned in the open the struggles the Angels have had on the road. 7 and 15 record away from the Big A. Just a .221 team batting average. But a 5-run first inning, that certainly helps take the sting out. Now it's just a matter of keeping it there and maybe adding on to it over the next several innings. Good battle here between Bruce and Chavez.
When that 5 runs of support in the first inning for Jesse Chavez already matches his season high as far as run support when he's been on the mound. Got that last start out against the White Sox via that swing from C.J. Cron.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was pretty cool. We saw the shadow of a plane flying right over the stadium here, Citi Field. See right there, the shadow of the plane right over the stadium here.
You'll hear the roar of the jets all afternoon. The flight pattern today.
And now it's time for the mini countryman player profile. Jesse Chavez, drafted in the 42nd round back in 2002 by the Texas Rangers. He's pitched for 7 different teams in 10 years. See that difference in as far as his career ERA as a starter. Much better as a starter because he's able to use all his pitches as compared to a reliever.
Bouncer toward first. Cron touches the base, fires to second. They got him in a rundown. There's the 3rd out, so the double play comes into effect here in the 1st inning after a prolonged at bat for Jay Bruce. 1 complete. Halos up 5-0. Cal Chevy dealers find new roads. 5-0 Angels. They sent 9 men to the plate in the 1st inning. Maben with a single. Simmons with a double. Trout intentionally walked. Marte walked. And then Cron with a grand slam. So you get the top of the order once again here in the 2nd, facing Tommy Malone. It's a 0-1 count.
Very important to add on here. That 5-run lead in the 1st, but you don't want to sit back and relax and let your opponent work and try to get back in the game. Just got to keep swinging the bat. Same approach.
Cam with a single in that 1st inning. Just off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Malone last year with Minnesota, 19 games, 12 starts, had an ERA close to 6. This was lifted foul. It's a 10th round pick of the Washington Nationals out of USC in 2008.
Went to Saugus High School in Saugus. We're seeing his number retired up there on the outfield wall at Saugus High School.
Check swing roller foul.
Alfredo using that footwork to kick the baseball down. He must have been watching soccer like we were earlier today.
Oh, look at that. There they are.
Yeah, that's
the old giveaway.
Yes.
Getting ready for Beach Week. That's a fastball right down Broadway for a strike. Down goes Maven, and there's the first out. Second strikeout, pardon me, third strikeout for Malone.
He's right back inside with a fastball.
Andrelton Simmons jumped on the first pitch and doubled into right field, his 6th of the season. I'll pull this one to third. Flores has it. Low throw and out of the glove of Lucas Duda. Flores had all day to throw that ball across the diamond. Commits his 3rd error.
So there's plenty of time to get that little crow hop and throw over the first base. Low throw. Duda unable to scoop that one though. '28th error of the season for the New York Mets.
So Trout will bat with a man on and 1 out. Mike was intentionally walked to load the bases in the first. Swing first pitch, foul it back. Fastball in.
Well, you're seeing Trout more and more aggressive on that very first pitch. He's had a lot of success doing so over the last couple of seasons. On base percentage, .459, which leads the American League.
Good lead for Simmons at first. I'll check in on him.
It's amazing that when you look back at what Trout did last year, it's MVP season, first time ever an Angels led the American League as far as on-base percentage. Actually led all of Major League Baseball in that category.
One ball, one strike.
Trout still looking for that first home run versus a left-handed pitcher this season. All 13, and it's against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, whatever works. Went over 2 last night. Drew a couple of walks, scored a run. 1-2.
That's a great angle to see that all-speed pitch in the swing path for Trout, unable to make contact on that low pitch. Trout always has been very good with 2 strikes. You see right here the angle he's going to be looking from alone delivering the pitch.
Check swing, and they wanted to appeal, did not go.
And expanded the strike zone, tried to get Trout to swing at something out of the strike zone. Pretty close. Never easy for Trout to stop a swing anyhow. You think of that bat speed he has.
Full count. Marte on deck.
Still would be surprised if Malone throws him a strike. He's going to try to get Trout to expand.
Simmons goes, and they're going to check in on him.
Trout with already 28 walks this season.
Been very patient. Trout has.
It's not easy to do so.
Yeah, especially now, see how Albert responds tomorrow if he's able to play, but you would feel, you would think that he would feel some sort of pressure to kind of try to do everything with Albert out of the lineup. And so far he's resisted the temptation to really expand his zone and try to do too much.
That would be the word that you would think, expand, as far as try to do whatever he takes and swinging at something out of the strike zone.
That is driven out to deep right center field. Granderson moving back on it at the track. Gone! Big fly for Mike Trout, his 14th of the season and his first against a left-hander. 7-0 Halos.
Well, we figured we'd get that one out there, but he hadn't given up a home run to a lefty. Real good swing right over that 380 sign for Trout. 14 home runs, 33 RBI for the reigning AL MVP. Changeup stayed up. We were talking in between breaks about the all-speed pitch for Malone. It seems like it's a little firm for his changeup. It goes right into that swing path and barrel the bat, and Trout does not try to pull that, which we said it was important against Malone. Use that middle part of the field and drives it out right center.
Second home run allowed by Malone. Bases clear for Marte, who has a 1-0 count. Jeffrey picked up his 12th RBI with the bases loaded walk in the first.
Boy, it's nice to see those add-on runs. Seen a lot of teams come back in games. I was watching a little bit, even the Dodgers. They were down, I think, 10-0 or 10-1, and they worked themselves back in the game. We've seen that with the Angels. So many teams will be able to get back into games when you stop scoring after some early runs.
Marte launches one out to left. Conforto's back. That is gone. Back-to-back jacks for the Halos. 8-0.
Looks like Terry Collins is ready to go to the bullpen now. 3 home runs allowed by Tommy Malone. So both Trout and Marte with walks and then home runs. Their very next at bat. All speed right down the heart of the plate. And Marte with the Parte, 3rd home run of the season for Marte.
Tommy Malone departs, and he does so. Down 8-0. With 1 out, Terry Collins has seen enough of the Tommy Malone show, so he goes to the bullpen. It's right-hander Rafael Montero on in relief. This will be his 12th game, 0-3 and a 9.69 ERA, and he is going to face C.J. Crone. Here comes C.J. Cron. This is what he did back in the first Goops.
Well, it's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. C.J. Cron's second career grand slam. When you look at his numbers with the bases loaded career-wise, 433 for C.J. Cron, picking up that first home run of the season. A big one for Cron.
Second slam of his career. And he'll swing first pitch and foul it off. There's Tommy Malone. What could have been, really, if you think about this inning, that easy ground ball to Wilmer Flores would have been the second out of the inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Trout coming up. Instead, it's an error, and Trout hits the home run. Marte follows with a home run.
Especially, you understand tough plays, but routine plays are the ones that always seem to hurt a pitcher. And yeah, you're there to pick up your position players, but on a routine play, sometimes that's a difficult task.
It's off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Montero's fastball is going to be, you see that 93, it's going to be 90, 95. Slider, changeup.
And CJ goes down swinging for round number 2. Hey, host a business function or celebrate a special occasion in your own private suite at Angel Stadium. Suite rentals offer all-inclusive food and beverage packages at angels.com/suites for more info. Two outs for Cole. Struck out in his first AB against Malone. This is a right-hander now. Cole came in batting .219 with 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Three balls, no strikes. Inning and a third for Malone. Shortest outing for him since September 17th of 2015, also against the Angels. He gave up 5 runs on 4 hits. And in a third, walked 3 that game. And Cole works the 4-pitch walk. Throw strikes.
Always love that one.
I tell you what, man, I probably keep my headsets at the lowest of any announcer out there, just in my hearing, so I can hear a lot of the stuff in the crowd. Just some of the stuff, especially here in New York and in Boston, it's just hysterical. I don't know if it gets picked up on the crowd mics, but it's just priceless.
Always love that too when you're on the mound. Throw strikes. I think I'm trying to. But sometimes when your stuff doesn't correlate as far as be able to get outs, you're trying to get them to swing at pitches that are not strikes.
Espinosa had a base hit his first time up, and that was from the right side.
Throw strikes. No, I don't want to. I prefer the walk people.
Duda's playing behind Calhoun at first base, and the left-hander up. Ball at a strike.
And by the way, even though that's a walk for Cole Calhoun, that's still a good at bat. That means he's tracking the baseball out of the strikes, and we've seen Cole at times expand and swing at stuff that are not strikes. Good to see that from Cole.
Two-one count. Montero, 26-year-old from the Dominican Republic. 36th big league game. A couple cups of coffee over the last several years with the Mets. 26 hits in 13 innings so far this year. But in those 13 innings coming into play, 11 walks with 13 strikeouts. He's issued 1 walk and he has struck out 1 man. So he's right on cue. Really falls off that first base side, doesn't he?
And that what that does, it drags that elbow lower part of your delivery, and that's when you see elevated pitches. Very difficult to stay consistent in the lower part of the strike zone when you're drifting open like that and you drop your elbow.
There's a walk. Back-to-back 2-out walks.
And that follow through right here, you see the inconsistencies as far as the strike zone, well off the inside corner. And that front shoulder's already drifted open. That elbow drops. Very difficult to have that same arm slot to be able to hit that lower part of the strike zone. I love that angle we've been able to get throughout these couple games we've been on TV. That lower part where you see how difficult it is for hitters to track baseballs.
Maldonado, the 8th man to bat here in the 2nd. Angels batted around in the 1st. Marte with a base hit. There was a knock that eventually had Espinosa thrown out at the plate. Porto with a terrific throw home.
When you look at the season Maldonado's has had it at the plate, it's been outstanding. You know what he can do defensively. Great throwing arm. Calls a very good game, but .282 batting average.
This one's lifted out toward center field. Playable for Granderson, who moves over. And a 3rd out is recorded. And the Angels add 3 on a couple of home runs. Trout and Marte going back-to-back.
Some great swings, getting that bat head out, and some damage done.
A score of 8-0. Hey folks, if you've got a group of 20 or more interested in experiencing Angels baseball, receive group ticket pricing for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com/groups. Walker, Granderson, and Duda for the Mets here in the 2nd. Jesse facing the minimum 3 in the 1st, courtesy of a double play ball that Jay Bruce hit into.
Well done by C.J. Cron on that double play ball.
Walker, the second baseman, comes in batting .255. 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Back toward the middle, under the glove, but Simmons is there.
And speaking of that double play turn last inning by C.J. Cron, it's time for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Textbook fields the baseball, gets rid of it quickly, gets the out at first, and then the firm throw to Simmons and back to Cron, who applies the tag. Well done. The unconventional way, a 3-6-3 double play. Say 3 unassisted, 6-3 double play.
Curtis Granderson, a 159 average, 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Late on that one, 2 down.
Talk about a great sequence. Change up, then a firm fastball up and in to get a swing and miss by Jesse Chavez. Didn't mess around, didn't waste the pitch. Change up away, and then firm fastball. Swing and miss. The differential in speeds, how quick that baseball got in on Granderson.
Mets first baseman Lucas Duda, 215 average, 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, 363 on base percentage. Foul tipped that one into the mid. One and 2. Duda's had to deal with some injuries, limited last year to just 47 games. Stress fraction in the lower back. He's had surgery in the offseason. This one's out toward left center field. It's hit pretty well. Maven moving over, and he will make the catch. That ball tailed right back toward him. And Jesse Chavez has himself a 1-2-3 second. We head to the third. Angels on top. This May, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and their commitment to replacing stigma with hope and improving the lives of families and those affected by mental health conditions. Learn more about how to be stigma-free and visit foxsportsupports.com. Nine 1-2, Chavez, Maven, Simmons. Jesse struck out swinging in the first.
1 for 12 in his career. Does have 3 sack bunts, though. Alex Meyer picked up the base hit yesterday.
Yeah. Chavez goes down swinging, one away. Top of the order now, Maben, who had a single in the first. Struck out looking in the second. Third inning, third plate appearance. The 8 runs the Angels plated so far today, 7 were earned against Tommy Malone. Two balls and a strike.
Back up slider meant to be in the outside corner, ends up backing up in the inside corner.
Two now, full count. Simmons on deck, batting in the 2 spot, then Trout. And it's a walk. Third one issued by Montero. It's a 5th walk issued to the Angels today. Hamilton a double, reached on the air in the second. He's scored 2 runs.
Well, you would think, though, with the number 2 spot in the lineup would be a pretty good spot for Andrelton Simmons, especially because he's a good situational type hitter. See a few more fastballs, especially if Maben can continue to get on base, whether it's Maben or even Ben Revere leading off. Multiple base runners to have Trout come up with guys on base, forcing the pitchers to pitch to him.
Maben with a huge lead over at first. He's on the move. Oh, it's fouled back.
And you look up there, you see an 8-0 score and Maben on the move. Still early in the game. We talked about it earlier, how many clubs have come back in games. Pretty good jump, too, for Maben. Now, when you get to that 6th or 7th inning, significant lead, well, then you're going to go station to station. But early in the game like this, still try to be as aggressive as possible.
Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. This one slicing out of play.
They did a real good job with this stadium. I think it's a fantastic yard here, Citi Field. This feels like a baseball stadium.
It'll flare out to shallow center field. Not very deep. Granderson comes in. 2 down. Now you will not be seeing Cameron Maybin on the move.
No. Mike Trout going back to the second inning, his first home run against the left-handed pitcher of this season. Change up away, hit over the 380 sign for Mike Trout. 14th home run, 33 RBI. 2 runs scored in the game already for Trout. On-base percentage continues to rise.
Down in the dirt. Get to that point where in a situation like this, a wild pitch, if you're the man at first base, you don't go to second.
I didn't get a good read.
Yep. Didn't see it.
No, it didn't get too far away from the catcher.
What do you mean? The catcher tripped and fell.
I was screened by the umpire behind the plate. I didn't see how far the baseball got away.
We saw that happen the other day, Friday night. Cole took second on a wild pitch, and it was a 3-2 count. They had eventually walked him intentionally. That just made Jacob DeGrom really happy.
Yeah, he was
too.
real happy about that.
Three balls, 1 strike.
2-0 break a ball. 2-1 changeup.
In there. Full count. Maybin will be on the move now. Three-two pitch, and that is driven out to center field. Granderson moving back on it, still going back off the top of the fence. Maybin's going to come in to score. Trout to second with an RBI double.
And you can see why pitchers just don't want to throw him a strike. Home run to right center field, a rocket off the wall in dead center field. A home run over 380, lines off the 408 sign in center field. 11 double. A break a ball, little slider, and rocketed to center field. Just missed his second home run of the day.
So we'll bring up Marte, who has walked and homered.
$27 extra base hits for Trout this season. It's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah. We'll get it done. It's a career for some guys. Ball and a strike on Marte. His home run in the second, third of the year. He's got a couple of RBIs today. One. Caught the corner. 1-2.
Back in the second inning after Trout homered, Marte joins the party with a home run well out to left center field. third home run of the season for Marte.
Ball gets away, and Trout will stay at second. 2-2 count now. Called strike three, got the outside corner. The Angels are done here in the third. They had a run. The Angels lead at 9-0.
Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the Hyundai Better Than Ever sales event with the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history. It's going on now at your Hyundai dealer.
9-0 as we start the bottom of the third. Jesse Chavez has done a nice job. He's faced 6 batters. That's it. Plawecki, Reynolds, and Malone. Had some pizza today for lunch. Gotta have it when you're here.
Oh, mandatory.
We had Rays the other night.
That was, yeah, fantastic. Now somehow we get that delivered into the booth here, Victor. You would be a living legend, although you already are.
That could happen.
Yes.
Kevin Plawecki, catcher, 3 for 20 this year. 26-year-old, native of Illinois. First round pick in 2012 by the Mets at Purdue. Boilermaker. 1 double, 4 RBIs. Lifts one out to right. Cole has to come in on it. Oh, 1 down.
See that sunlight. Difficult play for Cole. Now let's take a look at our Carl's Camp replay. Jose Reyes last night on a pitch away picks up his 2000th career hit for Jose Reyes. Good piece of hitting for him. Congratulations on that milestone of 2,000 career hits for Jose Reyes. Worthy of a Carl's Camp replay.
Matt Reynolds, the shortstop, plays a Jose Reyes today. 11 games so far for the Mets, 2 for 14. No extra base hits, no RBIs. 2 balls, no strikes. That's driven out to left field. That's hit well. Maven will pull up. That one's gone. Matt Reynolds homers for the first time this year, his 4th career home run, and the Mets get on the board. It's 9-1.
Well, a little two-seam fastball that ran back. A lot of the plate. Reynolds did not miss that one. Right over that 370 sign. That's on the board. That solo shot.
There's Montero, the pitcher. He'll bounce this one to the right side. Espinosa has it. 2 down. Boy, Plawecki and Reynolds. 7-8 spot. You've got their first round, second round pick of the 2012 draft. Reynolds out of University of Arkansas.
Generally, you think of the Mets of all the young pitching they've developed over the years. With 2 position players there in a draft.
It doesn't happen often, just in general.
No.
First and second round picks, you know, not that far removed from being drafted in the big leagues.
It's so hard. The
team.
Draft in baseball, so different than the other sports. You think of the first round, it's an automatic going to be a great player, an all-star type player, but you just don't know that in baseball.
Like a Trout story.
Yes. Late first rounder. What, 26th?
Yep. And finally watched the MLB Network special on Trout coming up and talking about that draft. They had Billy Beane on there heading the Oakland A's. And, we'll finish the story when we come back as the Mets get on the board. We'll head to the 4th with the Angels up 9-1. Of 9-1, Crone, Calhoun, and Espinosa here in the 4th to face Montero. And we're saying go to break talking about that special. They were talking to Billy Beane about the 2009 draft. And, they had the cross checkers there and the scouts. And finally, Billy flew cross country, went to Millville and watched a game. It was a game, and I think Billy said he went 0 for 4, 0 for 5, popped out like 4 times. So they didn't get a chance to really watch it. But as the draft came about, the A's at that point had the 13th overall pick, and as the names were being ticked off, it got to the point where they had to decide what they were going to do. Billy had only seen him 1 time, And he said, well, I didn't get a chance to watch him run. I get a chance to really see him play in the outfield. So they made the decision instead to go with Grant Green out of USC over Mike Trout. Mike eventually fell to 25th. Randall Grichuk, 24th, was the first of the 2 first-round picks for the Angels that year. But that's a tough call.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's not the only one.
Yeah, when
that
you
has
think about
stories like that, you know,
Yes.
you did 24 or 23 picks before that to get to that point.
And when you see Trout play, and even the stories you heard about him, it was once in a generational type player that he was in high school and going to be drafted. And we certainly see that up here at the major league level. But still, there's a lot of things you got to look into. Even a lot of times, is coaching high school baseball. Even last year, we had a kid, Blake Rutherford, who was drafted in the first round by the Yankees. The Angels were very much interested in him. I mean, you have to look, even to like a pop-up, see how they run down the line, see if they just missed it. There's so many things that come into evaluating a player, especially at the high school level, where sometimes the competition may be different, especially on the East Coast, like Trout was in Jersey. You only get to play a certain amount of months a year as compared to, say, California or Florida or Texas. So a lot goes into that evaluation for a high school player. And we're going to see that we talked about already with Hunter Green potentially being the first overall pick at a high school in Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame High School. Difficult to project high school players unless you see a player like Mike Trout, but a number of clubs passed on him.
And there's a little bit of a bias against cold weather high school players, whether it's the Northeast or even just the upper Midwest region. They're playing. Our high school schedule in Kansas was 20 games.
Yep, exactly.
Unlike in Florida, Texas, California. The level of talent, of course, isn't as deep as it is in those states. So I can understand the hesitation by a scout or scouts or an organization say, well, how's this kid, especially a high school kid, going to project against better talent?
Or guys that are playing 12 months a year.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a firm believer in being able to play other sports in high school. And that's what Trout was able to do also in high school in Jersey. So you knew the talent, the speed was there.
This is lined towards second and gloved by Neil Walker. 2 down. We'll bring up Espinosa. And by the way, it's not like there's slackers that were drafted ahead of Trout.
No, it's a good draft.
Steven Strasburg was the first overall pick. Dustin Ackley, who's in the Angel system now, was another one. Zach Wheeler, whom we saw yesterday. Mike Minor, Mike Leake, Drew Storen, A.J. Pollock of the Diamondbacks, all drafted ahead of Trout. This one's out toward right field. Bruce coming in, and Montero has himself a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. Come on, to the 4th we go. 9-1 Angels.
by the new 2017 Kia Sorento. Mike Scioscia, big moment against the New York Mets back in Game 4 of the 1988 NLCS. He had a game-tying two-run home run against Doc Gooden. Dodgers ended up winning 9-12, won the series in 7, won the World Series also. Gooden in that 9th inning. Scioscia looking for a pitch out over to drive, and he lines it out over that 358 sign in Old Shea Stadium. There's Tommy Lasorda, hopefully doing okay. All reports are that Tommy Lasorda is doing okay. But Mike Scioscia, that big home run off of Doc Gooden.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Flores, Bruce, and Walker against Jesse Chavez. Flores had a base hit in the first, so he's 1 for 1. Flores lifts one out to left field. Maben is there. 1 down. Who knew Mike Scioscia was a lift and separate kind of guy?
Against one of the best. I mean, you're talking about a stretch where Doc Gooden was as dominant as any pitcher in the game.
Jay Bruce had a prolonged plate appearance in the first inning before he grounded into a double play, but eventually became a double play. Bruce lines one towards short glove by Simmons.
Looked like he caught it on the way down after he jumped up.
Towards second with the shortstop playing in the shift, as I should have said. But Simmons making a terrific play for out number 2.
See where he's located here in the shift. Jumps up and then on the way down, able to make the play. Simba is everywhere. The jump and then on the way down, able to catch that liner.
It's almost like he stopped looking the baseball into the glove. He just kind of threw the glove up there. It's there.
It's
gonna
Simba.
go there.
It's Simba. Well, there's a reason why we highlighted him on for the defense today. He had to make a play like that.
Walker grounded out his first time.
And grounded out.
Second time. 1, 2, 3. Go the Mets. We'll head to the 5th inning. 9-1 Angels.
Baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. By Tough Shed, we are more than great sheds. Check them out at toughshed.com. And by Simpson Chevrolet, big enough to deal, small enough to care.
Top of the fifth inning, Halos leading it by the score of 9-1, trying to pick up the finale of this three-game set before heading off to the Tampa St. Pete area. Four-game series with the Rays beginning tomorrow. This one's up the middle. Maldonado picks up his second hit of the afternoon. He's 2 for 3, and the leadoff man reaches to start the fifth.
Good to see another good swing from Maldonado.
Here's Chavez. Sacrifice situation. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Does have 3 career sacrifices. Looking for his 4th.
Wants it on the first base side. Montero's got it. Waits for Walker. 2 down, or 1 down, pardon me.
Flores was almost in the batter's box with Jesse Chavez.
I was going to say.
That's pretty good job of handling the bat there for Jesse Chavez. If he bunts it to third, there's an easy play at second. You see exactly where Flores is at. Well done by Chavez. I've been watching the last few days as far as his bunting. Very good bunter. That's what he said. All I want to do is to advance a base runner. That's all I want to do. Unless there's no way on base, then I'm going to try to hit a home run.
Aben 1 for 2. The walk, strikeout, single, 2 runs scored. Two-one count, 57 pitches for Montero. Took over for Tommy Malone in the second inning with 1 out. Malone lasting an inning and a third, giving up 8 runs, 7 earned. Longest outing this year for Montero, 3 2/3. It was on May 5th against Miami. Ground ball to the right side. 2 down. Maldonado ends up at third. Hey, join the Angels for Beach Week Thursday, June 1st. Minnesota Twins in town at 7:07. Fans in attendance will receive a beach towel courtesy of San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Visit angels.com/promotions. And of course, that is always while supplies last.
Yes. So I know you're looking forward to that beach week.
Broken bat, little pop up towards second. A little funny spin to it, but Walker's got it. Simmons retired, and we will head to the bottom of the fifth. It's still a 9-1 Angels lead. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Now that's a creative hat right there. Mike Trout. That's awesome.
Let's see the front of the hat. And New Jersey? Yeah, NJ.
Yes.
Cool. Love it. Chavez back to work. It'll be Granderson, Duda, and Plawecki. This one's out toward right center field and hit well. Cole pulls up. That one is gone. Second home run that Chavez is allowed today. And it's 9-2. That's the fourth home run for Granderson of the season.
10th home run that Jesse Chavez has allowed this season. Fastball 93, but pretty close to the heart of the plate. Granderson drives that one out the right center field. And you know, as a Mets hitter, pretty good lead. You're going to see a pitcher be aggressive with a fastball, and Jesse's been around the strike zone, attacking his own first pitch. That's a great changeup.
Duda fly ball to left field in his first AB. So 5 home runs hit in this game combined. 1 or 2. Halos with their 3 now have 46 on the season. The Mets have 57. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Down to chase that off-speed pitch. Espinosa out in shallow right. 1 down.
Anytime you can get a hitter to reach out in front and taking away that lower part of the body to drive a baseball very effectively by Jesse Chavez. Ground ball. Espinosa gets that first out.
Plawecki shooting out to center. 2 down. So it'll be Matt Reynolds, the shortstop, coming up in his first home run of the season in the 3rd.
Good first pitch. Consider that fastball that Reynolds hit out against Jesse back in the 3rd inning.
On ball, 1 strike. 3 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits allowed for Chavez. Ground ball to the right side. Espinosa gloves it as it goes into the slide. Nice play by Danny. And the 5th is in the books. The Mets out a run. It's 9-2 Angels as we head to the 6th inning. West is being brought to you by Hyundai. The world didn't need another hybrid. It needed a better hybrid. Introducing the 2017 Ioniq from Hyundai. Better drives us. 9-2. Halos lead at top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on for the Metropolitans here in the 6th. As Montero is done after 3 2/3, allowing a run on 2 hits. Gil Ramirez takes over on the mound. He gets to face Trout, Marte, and Crone. This will be his 11th game. Made his Mets debut last night. Cleaned off waivers from the Giants. 27-year-old native of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Pitched in 9 games with the Giants. Just 10 1/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, 4 walks. And those 10 1/3, 15 hits, 15 runs, 10 earned. The whip of 1.8. Trout's 2 for 2. Potentially walked the first, 2-run shot in the second. RBI doubled in the third.
Got his batting average down 353.
Trout with that home run in the second inning. He's now homered in 21 of the ballparks that he has played in. Two balls and 1 strike.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game, run this town. They've been aggressive running the base, putting pressure on, and then the big fly, 3 of them today, including Mike Trout's 2-run home run, Marte with a solo shot, and C.J. Crone with a grand slam.
That's ripped foul, and boy, that got into that camera well area quickly. 2-2. Actually, 21 ballparks that Trout has homered in. Of the places that he has played in, he has 0 home runs in Arizona, Philadelphia, Boston, Cincinnati, DC, Pittsburgh, and Wrigley Field.
And you think all those ballparks they're hitters' yards.
Full count.
And patient at the plate.
Payoff pitch, and there's a walk. So leadoff walk to Trout brings up Marte.
On base 4 times today.
It's a 6th walk by Mets pitchers. Montero, as a matter of fact, had 3 strikeouts, 3 walks in his 3 2/3 innings. Jeffrey with a walk, a home run, and a strikeout. 2 RBIs. They need to start at third base today. Foul back. John with 8 stolen bases. He's been caught once. Just missed low. I like Montero. I like the arm of Ramirez. Just don't like the inconsistency.
Yeah, you can see that movement in the lower part of the strike zone, but hasn't been consistent enough in the zone to get hitters to chase some of those pitches out of the strike zone.
Marte pulls one down the left field line. That is just foul.
He did a nice job of bringing his hands inside on that fastball inside. And was able to keep that one fair down the line. So yeah, he brought his hands inside well, but just pulled it foul.
Such a tough pitch to get the hands inside the baseball enough to keep it fair. Best ever that I remember being able to do. Barry Bonds.
Yes.
Say what you want about him, but pitching him in, still be able to keep that baseball fair. Little dribbler goes foul. Or is it foul? Yes, it is foul. Okay. Home plate umpire Gabe Morales had to look down at Gary Cederstrom and made the call at third base.
Joe Carter was another one that I remember somehow was able to keep it fair, especially at down and in, inside part of the plate, but lower part of the strike zone to keep it fair. It's not easy to do.
Down and in, yeah. The infamous pitch by Mitch Williams in the World Series.
Yeah,
down and in.
Remember it well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff walk to Trout. He's at first. TJ Crone on deck. Trout's on the move. It's a swing and a miss. Down goes Marte. Trout picks up his 9th stolen base. Man in scoring position for Crone. Go back to the first. CJ Crone. The Angels up 1-0.
Man, we were talking about the need to get multiple runs in that first inning. And CJ Crone made sure that was going to happen with 4 runs batted in on 1 swing. 2nd career grand slam for CJ Crone. .433 career hitter with the bases loaded.
Foul at the plate. May have gotten the catcher Kevin Plawecki.
Looked like a little bit of a cross up too. And you got to go back and say which sign you're going with. He's anticipating a break ball. Got a fastball instead. If you're a catcher, you want it the opposite way around. If you're going to be crossed up.
CJ 1 for 3 with that slam.
I remember doing that a few times in my career where the catcher would run out and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "What did you put down?" He said, "I put a slider down." "No, that's what I threw." And he goes, "Wait a minute, there was no break on that." I said, "Exactly." I said, "Just go back there behind the plate, please."
What did you put down? You put the onus right on him. You were going to agree with whatever he said.
No. Yeah, that's what I threw.
I put down knuckleball. Well, that's what I threw.
Didn't you see it knuckling up there? I was pretty straight. I said, "Well, that's why I don't throw a knuckleball."
Check swing. Did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty close to going.
Anytime you have a runner at second base, you go through a series of signs because they're going to go down. And normally with no one on base or man on first or third, you just put down that one sign, you're going to go with it. But a man on second, because they'll look in, if you don't go through a series of signs, they can tell what the pitch is going to be. Certainly location for a runner at second.
Ground ball is short. Trout will stay at second. 2 down. There's Cole, 0 for 2 with a walk. Lined down his last time up. Halos with 5 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. One count on Cole, batting the number 6 spot today.
Good to see that smile on his face early in the day with the grand slam for C.J. Cron, pick up his first home run of the season. Doubled his RBI total with 1 swing, giving him now 8 for the season.
One and 2. Cole's skies went out to shallow right field. Walker drifting out. He'll make the catch as Trout is stranded in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels up 9-2.
Rays losing 3-2 in the 5th at home versus the Yankees today. The Angels go down there and play 4 straight games against the Rays. And the Rangers lost last night. They had a 10-game win streak snapped by Justin Verlander and the Tigers. They play tonight versus the Tigers once again. Boyd versus Darvish. And the big story around the majors today, Carlos Gonzalez for the Colorado Rockies, the surprise team in the NL West. Home run as they lead the game right now in the 6th inning against the Reds 6-1. Colorado 14-7 on the road this season, leading that NL West by a game over the other surprise team in the Arizona Diamondbacks. Rockies playing well on the road. They always talk about how well they play at home, but on the road so far, the chance to be 8 games over 500.
Juan Lagares is going to pinch hit here to start the 6th inning. It's a pitcher's spot. So Neil Ramirez will go 1 inning today. Chavez has worked 5, struck out 3, allowed 3 hits. One ball and strike. Lagares a .208 average this year. 2 doubles, a home run, 2 RBIs, 2 for 5 as a pinch hitter.
Really thought Lagares would really turn into a real good player. He's won a Gold Glove. Not getting a whole lot of playing time down in center, been inconsistent with the bat. But a guy could certainly get that baseball out in the outfield, center field. Great range. Very good throwing arm.
Popped up, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A Gold Glove won in 2014. If I remember correctly, made great plays against the Angels at the Big A.
Yes, I remember that well.
Called strike 3. Down he goes. 1 down.
Talk about painting the fastball. There's a little cut fastball catching the inside corner. You have target set, target hit, call 3rd strike.
Top of the order now, Conforto, who's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. No balls, 2 strikes. A single in the first. 2 solo home runs. That's it. Jesse Chavez so far today against the Mets. One or 2.
Well, he's hitting his spots today. See that target that Maldonado wanted to elevate a fastball. Ford didn't go after it, but it's exactly where the target was set. Conforto is pretty impressive at the plate. He doesn't chase a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. Especially when you're behind in the count, you think, okay, throw that good slow curveball that Jesse Chavez threw, and he didn't make a pass at it.
Full count.
Talking to Keith Hernandez before the game, he was talking about Conforto, how well he has hit the baseball and how impressive he is at the plate.
That's out to right field and hit well. Cole racing back. It's over his head off the fence. Conforto runs well. He'll easily get to second with a 1-out double. That's his 8th of the season.
Again, how impressive that swing is. That's a very good bat. Fell behind 0-2. Eventually got a pitch. He could do some damage to it. Change up, it stayed middle of play. Wanted to go down and away with it. Lines are right by that 370 sign. Play well off the wall by Cole Calhoun.
Man in scoring position for Wilmer Flores, the 3rd baseman. 1 for 2 with a base hit in the first. Ground ball through the left side of base hit. Conforto was holding up to see if Simmons was going to get there. So he advances to 3rd. Flores picks up his 2nd hit. So 2 on. First time that has occurred for the Mets. And Jay Bruce coming up.
Rolled into a double play his first at bat. Chavez would love to see that again.
Simmons shading Bruce toward the middle. Outfield straight up. Conforto at third, Flores at first. 9-2 Angels. We're in the 6th. That's out toward right center field, hit well. Cole will pull up. That one's into the bullpen. The third home run allowed by Chavez. And now it is 9-5 Angels. 3 consecutive hits allowed by Jesse here in the 6th with 1 out.
Goes right back to the point we made earlier about trying to steal a base when you're up by 7-8 runs early in the game. Capabilities for clubs to come back, especially clubs with power like the Mets. All of a sudden, the Mets right back in the game with that one swing by Bruce. Boy, a short swing on that pitch on the inner half of the plate. The guy that loves the baseball on the inner half of the plate. 11th home run. Frustration because that pitch didn't get exactly where he wanted to go, especially if you're going to miss inside. It's got a chance of being some damage done by Jay Bruce, and that's exactly what happened.
RBIs on the season now for Bruce. Bases cleared. Really just 75 pitches for Chavez. He'd be cruising. He got ahead of Conforto at 0-2 before giving up the double on a 3-2 count. You see Blake Parker starting to loosen. There's a ground ball to second.
It's a big out, even though you still feel pretty comfortable with a 4-run lead, but you don't want to give any more momentum. The crowd has got him back in the game here at Citi Field.
So 2 outs, nobody on, and Granderson coming up. You see the pitch count just at 76. It's manageable. Extended here. Granderson homered in the 5th as a leadoff man. Jesse's allowed 3 home runs today, 2 solos, and now this 3-run shot by Bruce. Two balls, no strikes.
Had to challenge him, and that's a danger zone against Granderson. But you have to be willing to challenge even a very good low fastball hitter.
Takes a strike, full count.
Both strikes pretty much in that same zone.
This one's ripped foul. Some sound this inning off the bats of the Mets.
All 3 strikes thrown to Granderson, the exact same part of the plate, middle but down. That's a perfect decision to go with a changeup. Starts in that same plane, drifts away. Granderson barely made contact.
That's ripped out to right field. Cole's not going to get there. Granderson on his way to second. A 2-out double.
Might force Mike Sochi to go to the bullpen now. Looks like he's maybe going with a double switch here. Looking at his lineup card.
Pitcher spots due up third in the top of the 7th.
Here he comes now. Going to make a double switch more than likely.
Might involve C.J. Cron. Yep. Marte looks like he's going to first, and Valbuena will come in. Blake Parker being summoned. Been smooth sailing up until the 6th inning. 3 runs in. Halos still lead at 9-5. Is being brought to you by Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Go the distance with 84 miles per gallon and 566 total driving range. Well, wheels kind of came off for Jesse Chavez here in the 6th inning. Surprisingly so, especially after getting the first batter, Lagares, on a strikeout, and then getting ahead of Conforto at 0-2. But from that point forward, a double, single, 3-run home run, a ground out, and now the double by Granderson, forcing Mike Scioscia to go to the bullpen. The double switch, Blake Parker takes over on the mound. This will be his 22nd game. 0-2 record, a 3.32 ERA. Luis Valbuena takes over at third. He will bat in the 9th spot. Cron's out of the game. Marte shifts over to first. Lucas Duda 0 for 2 against Chavez. A fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. In case you're wondering, at a double switch in the National League ballpark, because the Angels have their pitcher coming up third in the 7th inning, and perhaps because Mike wants Parker to go beyond just one batter the last out this inning. The double switch means the position player, Valbuena in this case, goes in the number 9 spot in the order, and then the pitcher goes into the spot of the player that was taken out. That's C.J. Cron. So the pitcher's spot now is at the number 5 spot in the order.
That's why Mike Scioscia has been very successful in interleague play, very mindful of that double switch, playing the majority of his career in the National League.
So fouls it at the plate. And the rules state that the manager must come to the home plate umpire, make the adjustment to the lineup prior to going out to the mound. So if the manager will walk out of the dugout, cross the foul line, at that point can no longer do a double switch. It just have to be a normal relief pitcher motion where the pitcher comes in and that's it. He would bat in the number 9 spot, but because he made the double switch, the lineup changes. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, a high fastball from Parker. That very next pitch after you see a pitcher forced higher than the normal arm slide he's going to throw to is always the most difficult pitch to follow up with. And his split finger fastball is his go-to. See, he's already got that in the grip, split finger grip to start with.
Blake pitched last night. 2/3 of an inning. Now full count. Prior to this inning, the Mets had not sent more than 4 men to the plate. Dude is the 7th here in the 6th inning. Lays off and he did not go, so it's a walk.
Looked like he was able to hold up and not go after that split finger fastball. Did so.
Plawecki, the catcher, 0 for 2, a couple fly balls out. First one misses outside.
Jesse hoping that Blake Parker can get through this inning with no more damage.
This one's out toward right center field. It'll stay in the yard. Trout tracking it, squeezes it. The 3rd out is in the books. The Mets strike for 3 here in the 6th inning. The Angels maintain a 9-5 lead as we head to the 7th.
And now here's today's Cold Hard Facts, which are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. The Miracle Mets back in 1969 won their first World Championship title. We were 10 games out on August 13th. Just having an amazing last 49 games, going 38-11. Beat the Baltimore Orioles. At Baltimore at that point were supposed to be the best team in all of baseball, but the Mets, the Miracle Mets, beat them in the World Series. That was the 8th year of existence for the Mets, and they never won more than 73 games their first 7 years. Win a World Series in '69.
Top of the 7th here at Citi Field. 9-5 Halos. Espinosa, Maldonado, Valbuena due up. It'll be Hansel Robles taking over on the mound for the Metropolitans. 26-year-old native of the Dominican Republic. Has pitched in 20 games so far this year, 4-1 at a 5.23 ERA. 22 third innings, 19 hits, 22 strikeouts with 11 walks.
Power fastball, 94 to 100. Throws a slider and a changeup.
Danny Espinosa 1 for 2 with a single. Fly ball to right and a walk. Trying to bunt his way on, pops it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2. Foul back. Out of play.
Pretty hard slider, 88-mile-an-hour slider. Shoemaker talking with Jesse Chavez. Thinking about Jesse, he's out there sitting out in that dugout well before the game, even when he's pitching. And overall threw the ball well, but this kind of fell into that mode where you're attacking the strike zone, and then you have aggressive hitters looking for fastballs, and they got him. 3 home runs allowed.
Ends up getting charged with 5 earned runs and 5 2/3. 1-2. Got it in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Still pretty much a solid performance for Chavez once again. Threw a lot of strikes. 59 strikes and 85 pitches thrown.
A little bit high. Martin Maldonado on deck. 3-2 is fouled off.
Pretty good at bat working here for Espinosa.
There's a walk. That's a nice plate appearance for Espinosa. Picks up his second walk. He was behind at the count at 0-2. Take a look at the scores around Major League Baseball. Cleveland over Houston. They're about to finish off that sweep, aren't they? Although it's still top of the 4th. It's early.
Still early.
It's still early. Toronto
in that ballpark too.
Yeah, no doubt. Yankees leading Tampa Bay 3-2. Colorado leading Cincinnati. Rockies let one slip away yesterday against the Reds. St. Louis leading San Francisco, and the Cubs like a double dip against the Brewers 4-0.
And Cardinals leading the Giants. The Giants are starting to play a little bit better baseball.
Actually, I think they may have rescheduled that rain out from yesterday to another day as Maldonado fouls it back. They're double dipping in Minnesota. The Royals are. And the Twins got rained out yesterday. Maldonado 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a fly ball to center.
Well, the Twins have been rained out quite a bit at Target Field this year.
Maldonado fouls this one on the third base side toward the dugout. Goes out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. That Astros Indians score. The Astros placing Dallas Keuchel on the disabled list with a pinched nerve in his neck. And Brian McCann. Brian McCann or Evan Gattis? The concussion.
McCann.
Popped up. Duda coming down with the mound area, puts it away. 1 down.
And you're always going to want to get out of the way when Dude is going for a pop-up. He's a big man. Especially when you're working those stirrups too.
There's Luis Valbuena for his first plate appearance. 176 average. His 17th game. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Upstairs.
But it's still trying to get that timing down at the play for Luis Valbuena. Espinosa picked up his first stolen base of the season earlier today. Four-game set down in Tampa. 3 night games and a day game.
Two count. Valbuena yesterday 0 for 3. He's not picked up a hit since he had the 3-hit game against the Tigers on the 12th. Oh for 20 since that 3 for 5 game. Espinosa's on the move. That's a strike, and Danny is in there safely. They wanted to peel. Both Walker and Reynolds pointed right in. I wonder if he came off the bag just a little bit after getting there.
It looked like his hand got in there, but does the hand come off the base? Yep, it's off the base, and more than likely they'll check it.
Well, did the glove come off the body? That last part there, but they are going to challenge it. Here's a better look at it.
Hand in.
Yeah, he's out.
He's going to call. They're going to get him out at that point.
Yeah, because the hand goes right over the spike that's on the base.
That's the danger of going that head first slide. It's blocked pretty well. He beats the throw. It's so difficult to be able to maintain control of that base, even though he tried to go around the back part of the base. As soon as he's hit by the foot, it's disconnected from the base, and the tag was still on him.
Calling the field is safe. Just waiting for the review.
A lot of umpires here at Citi Field today in the stands, as they're looking at the replay here.
Phil Cuzzy made the call. Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief. He's out. Call overruled. 2 down. Valbuena with a 3-1 count.
Very tough for Espinosa on the head first slide to be able to maintain connection with that base, especially with Walker's foot right there to block it.
And he works the walk. Second one issued this inning. Spins the lineup back to the top. Cameron Maybin coming to the plate. Maybin 1 for 3 with a single and a walk, 2 runs scored.
This angle runs out, went up and in. Not a lot of time to react when you're looking away as a hitter. Even able to avoid contact with that firm fastball.
Halos with 9 hits today. Mets with 7. Both teams have hit 3 home runs. Maybin lines this one out to straightaway center field. Granderson plays shallow. He's not going to get there. It'll go to the wall. Valbuena hustling toward third, and he's going to be stopped right there. Double for Cameron Maybin. His 8th of the season. And the Angels have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs for Simmons.
Another 2-hit game by Maybin. Lines this one to dead center field. Nancy Granderson always plays the shallow center field. That ball didn't even quite get to the warning track. Valbuena, I think that's the right decision by Ron Renneke to hold him.
Quick visit to the mound. Dan Wharton, pitching coach. Andrelton's 1 for 4. Doubled and scored in the first. He's got a couple of runs scored today. One ball, no strikes.
2 big runs out there for Andrelton Simmons. Didn't like that call. Thought that pitch was a little bit out of the strike zone, lower part of the strike zone.
Time called at the last second. Balboin at third, Maven at second base. 1-1. And that's driven out to deep left field toward the corner. This one's got a chance. That is gone. Big fly for Andrelton Simmons. And the Angels get those runs back.
The best play in baseball, the 3-run home run by Andrelton Simmons, his 4th home run, 16 RBI now for Simmons. Baseball got out quickly down the line. Talk about bringing your hands inside the baseball and keeping it fair on a pitch that was off the inside corner and break down the line for a 3-run home run. It's a big swing for Andrelton Simmons. 3-run home run. So a 3-run home run, a 2-run home run, a grand slam, and a solo shot in the game.
There's Trout. Take a strike.
Doesn't happen often in a game. Solo shot, 2-run, 3-run, and a grand slam in a game.
No balls, 2 strikes. Trout has walked twice. A 2-run home run in the second, an RBI double in the third.
There's a lot of numbers on that line under Trout. Pretty good OPS, don't you think?
Yeah. It's like an eye chart. One, two, breaking ball misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I was thinking that Three Stooges episode with all the alphabets. Mo Howard's working down there with the B's in there. A lot of B's for Mike Trout in this game so far.
Ground to foul.
I'm working my hardest not to sing that song.
You are?
No, yeah, I'm trying not to.
Called strike 3. Trout goes down looking. And the Angels are done here in the 7th, but Andrelton Simmons gets 3 of those runs back for the Halos.
Nice job as far as bringing those hands inside the baseball, catching that fastball out front for a 3-run home run. That big 3-run home run by Anderson Simmons in the top of the 7th. Let's take a look at the Honda pitching probables for the series down in Tampa. The pitching matchup that first game, Jason Ramirez, Jaco Rizzi, mound, Shoemaker, Nolasco, and Alex Meyer. Final game, day game in Tampa.
Then it's off to Miami. A 3-game series beginning on Friday night. Blake Parker came in and got the final out of the 6th inning. Stays in the game. He's pitching the 7th. 12-5 Halos. Reynolds, the pitcher spot. And then Conforto. TJ Rivera's come out to the on-deck circle. Reynolds a home run in the 3rd inning. Grounded out of the 5th. It's 1 for 2. One. Good fastball.
It's a good run to it too at 94.
One, two. Down goes Reynolds. 1 out. Hey, MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Angels baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Angels home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com. The app today.
Today? Today.
There's TJ Rivera. 267 average with a home run and 10 RBIs. Fouls this one back. No balls, 2 strikes. And TJ goes down swinging. 2 down.
Nasty splitter from Parker. Picks up his 2nd strikeout. This baseball just drops straight down. 84-mile-an-hour split. Tracking that around the belt. Ends up below the knee. First swing and miss for Parker.
Conforto fouls it back. It's such a pretty short, compact swing.
He really does. We were talking about it earlier with Keith Hernandez. Is talking about a swing. You know it's a good one. Keith Hernandez was a very good hitter. Great first baseman to boot, but really is impressed with his swing and his coverage of the plate. and knowledge of the strike zone.
Great mustache.
Yes. Still very good.
Conforto 1 for 3 with a double and a run score. Paint job there. 1-2.
Parker with 31 strikeouts in 20 innings pitched this season, looking for another strikeout here to strike out the side ahead of the count.
And he strikes out the side. Maldonado applies the tag. We're through 7 with the Angels up 12-5.
We head to the top of the 8th inning with the Angels up on top of the Mets 12-5. I'm Patrick O'Neill, hoping you can stick around after the game for Angels Live, brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. I'll be joined by Jose Mota for all the analysis. If the Halos are able to hang on, we'll have some player interviews as well. So not only 4 home runs for the Halos here this afternoon, Victor and Mark, but 8 walks, so we got the power and the poise.
Yeah, so far so good for the Angels, and they've needed it without Albert Pujols in the lineup all weekend long. Today they came out swinging the bats very well and aggressively against Tommy Malone. And even though the Mets kind of crept back into this one with a big inning against Chavez, the Angels answered right back. The hope, of course, is that Albert is able to get back in the lineup tomorrow in St. Pete. We'll just have to wait to see how that plays out. Josh Edgin takes over on the mound.
It certainly helps out to be able to have that designated hitter role back in it, playing the Tampa Bay Rays.
Right. Otherwise, you're forced to play the field here. Marte, the pitcher spot, and then Calhoun for the Angels here in their half of the 8th. Jeffrey pulls it foul. Marte today 1 for 3. Solo home run in the second. Walked with the bases loaded in the first. He scored twice. 21st game for Josh Edgin. 0-1, a 3.38 ERA. One ball, 2 strikes. Edgin now 30 years of age. Lewistown, PA. No idea? No. You're not claiming him?
Well, definitely always claim Pennsylvania.
30th round picked by the Mets out of Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina. That was in 2010. Jeffing goes down swinging one away. Take a look at the in-game box score for the Angels. 4 home runs today. Multi-hit affairs for Mabe and Simmons, Trout and Maldonado. And Revere's coming up to pinch hit now. This is the pitcher spot. Nice job by Blake Parker. Hitting into third, 3 strikeouts. .244 average for Ben. 1 for 7 as a pinch hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. Angels will have Deolis Guerra pitch the bottom of the 8th. Getting ready to pen.
Oh, up and in with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball when you're tracking something away.
I'll keep you honest.
Yes.
Among other things. A little flare out to right field.
That'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
After that up and in fastball.
So man on with 1 out. Cole Calhoun coming up. Cole today 0 for 3. Did pick up a walk in the second.
What really is important is any hitter in the lineup to get on track is Cole Calhoun. So important to this lineup and the balance. Last season set a career high as far as extra base hits in a season. So far this season, 10 extra base hits.
Watch out. That hit him in the hand.
Runs this fastball in again. Right in that hand area. Adam Neville and Mike Scioscia going to run out there to see to make sure Cole was okay.
Looked like got him in that wrist, huh? Very similar to the one that got Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves just a couple of days ago. Appears to be all right.
Remember that graphic we were showing in our opening today about the difference between home and road splits as far as runs scored, batting average with runners in scoring position. Much better today.
Two on, one out. Espinosa hits one out to right. Two down. Puts Danny at 1 for 3 on the afternoon with 2 walks. It's Martin Maldonado coming to the plate. Maldonado 2 for 4 with a couple of singles, 2 fly ball outs. 3 for 9 in the series. And Martin shoots one out to right field. Bruce moving over, makes the catch, and the Angels lead 2 on. Way to the bottom of the 8th inning. Halos leading at 12-5. Shannon Sharp go head-to-head in the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Weekdays 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific, only on FS1. Dale Lascare is on the mound to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. Angels on top of the score of 12-5. This will be his 11th game. 2-2 mark, a 4.85 ERA. He's going to face 2, 3, and 4. Flores, Bruce, and Walker. Blake Parker an inning in the 3rd. 3 strikeouts. Good line for him.
Really like that split finger fastball today from Blake Parker. Really good one, especially a command of his fastball, set up that splitter. Lascare will throw his fastball 90-94 range and a very good changeup himself and slider.
Wilmer Flores 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Count even up at a ball and a strike. The crowd on hand today, although many have since departed with the lopsided score. 39,501 today. Sunglass giveaway. 1-2. There's a look at the shades.
It's an outstanding look on those sunglasses.
Flores just got a piece of it. Count remains at 1-2. That last guy there going with the Alberto Callaspo glasses on the head look.
Never a bad time to reference our old friend.
Fell back. Alberto loved wearing his glasses on top of his head,
yes.
even at night.
Yes.
Did not matter. Check it into a hotel at 3 a.m. Don't fret.
Yeah.
He knows where his glasses are at.
Exactly. You can always count on Corey Hart and Alberto Callaspo wearing their sunglasses at night.
No doubt. Two. Just missing off the plate. 12 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Angels. Mets with 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Flores hits one out to left field. Maben on the track, puts it away, 1 down.
Well, the baseball is really carried today.
Yeah.
Look towards the end of the bat and got out to the warning track.
Jay Bruce, the right fielder, 1 for 3 with a home run. 3-run shot in the 6th inning, his 11th of the year, giving him 30 runs batted in. Shift on with Bruce at the plate. Neil Walker on deck. Jesse Chavez got the start today, went 5 2/3, ended up giving up 5 runs earned. 7 hits, 3 of which were home runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks.
Got that early support, 5 runs in the first.
Left to third base side. Val Bueno will just give it a look. Near the railing. Full count. Another full count as we reset.
Good view of this pitch being thrown now by Garrett with Bruce at the plate. Still quick on that feet there for Tom Goodwin over first base coach for the Mets. Here's Goody. Super fast as a player. Bruce out in front. You can see how far out in front. The hips were already open, and that baseball, he pulls it foul. Trying to catch that out in front, off speed.
That's out toward right field, but hooking foul.
Again, out in front again. Trying to catch that off-speed pitch out in front. He's got that plant foot down already. Out in front, getting that baseball well in front of the plate. So often we talk about letting the baseball travel. Well, Bruce is getting that baseball well out in front of the plate, off-speed pitch.
Missed, and there's a walk.
Look at all these pitches in this at bat against Bruce, and then finally misses inside after a couple away, up, and a few down, and all speed pitches.
Man on for Walker. 0 for 3, 3 ground ball outs. Left-hander Rob Marte playing behind Bruce at first base. This was lifted out to shallow left field. Maben, a little hesitation there. That's why he ended up having to go into a slide. Fairly routine pop-up, 2 down.
Maybe coming in on the baseball, has to go into a slide and catch that fly ball towards the end of the bat.
So 2 outs and a man at first, and Granderson at the plate. Granderson with a couple of hits. Home run and a double. Anderson hits one out to center field. Trout has to go back on it, and we'll put it away for the 3rd out. We head to the 9th inning with the Angels leading at 12-5. games on your TV. You can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports West and Angels baseball with you wherever you go. Presented by Fios by Frontier. We've reached the 9th inning. The Angels leading at 12-5, trying to salvage the finale of this 3-game set after dropping the first 2. Paul Sewald takes over on the mound for the left-hander Edgin. With 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter. This will be the 10th game for Sewald. A record of 2.92 ERA. Angels have Valbuena, Maven, and Simmons coming up. Valbuena's had 1 plate appearance, and it resulted in a walk. He pinch hit in the 7th. Check that. He came as a defensive replacement in a double switch in the 6th. His first plate appearance occurred in the 7th. This is outside.
Looks like Bud Norris will get the 9th inning.
Full count. Second walk by Valbuena. Lead off walk. Brings up Maven. Ninth walk issued by Mets pitching today. Third leadoff run. Maven fouling it off.
Big crowd here today. A lot have left now.
Maven with a couple of hits. Single, double, walk, 3 runs scored. Check swing foul. Nobody holding Valbuena on as his chops are short. Not going to turn the double play there. Valbuena retired for the first down. Bring up Simmons.
And Anderson Simmons has had a big game. It's time for the Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. In the 7th inning, when the Mets were getting back into the ball game, a 3-run home run for Anderson Simmons. The big blow after a grand slam in the 1st inning by C.J. Cron. Solid game overall. A double, 3-run home run, 3 runs scored by Simba.
Fastball for a strike. Chopper towards short again. Oh, they call him out. Mike Scioscia might wait a second here with Trout on deck to give Trout an opportunity. The out is recorded at first, at least by the first base umpire, Ben May. No challenge whatsoever. They call him out. And, if he's busted it, he does get there. But instead, it's a double play to end it. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Angels up 12-5. Ninth inning. Bud Norris comes in to pitch the ninth. Hasn't worked since the May 15th game against the Chicago White Sox. Inning the third in that one. The Mets here in the ninth inning have Duda, Plawecki, and Reynolds. Dale Oscaro pitched the eighth. He went one inning and issued a walk. Norris trying to finish it off. Chefsy Chavez, his fourth win of the season. Duda's 0 for 2. Fly ball to left, ground ball to second, and a walk.
Shot by Dale Oscaro also. There's a solid effort by Blake Parker out of the bullpen.
Duda goes down swinging, one out.
Good little hard slider there from Bud Norris.
Plawecki 0 for 3. All three times hit a fly ball out, the last time out to center. 1-1, foul back, 1-2. Mentioned that Bud hasn't pitched since Monday. That's why he's pitching here tonight, just getting some work in. Nice play. 2 down. And Espinosa, right?
He's got that good power arm. Has a shortstop arm playing second base. Played a lot of shortstop last year in the National, but very good at second base also. Good range, perfect throw.
So the Angels 1 out away from picking up the final game of the series, salvaging the final game. You said if you're only going to win one of the series, might as well get away.
Getaway day. Always the most important one to win. Love to win them all. If you're going to win one, it's getaway day. It's for a happy flight.
That's right. One ball, one strike. Matt Reynolds a 1-for-3 game with a home run. One and two. And today with the Angels back at 500 at 23-23. As this one's lifted out the right, should do it. Espinosa going out, Calhoun coming in. Light that baby up as the Angels pick up the finale by the final of 12-5.
Boy, the bats had it rolling. Started early with the grand slam by C.J. Cron, 3-run home run by Anthony Simmons, a 2-run home run by Mike Trout, a solo shot by Jeffrey Marte. The home run cycle today for the Angels. Win this one 12-5. Jesse Chavez solid. Bullpen work solid also. But Norris completing the game. Some good pitching out of Blake Parker and Dallas Garrity along with that. Another solid start by Jesse Chavez.
Yeah, Jesse picks up the win. His 4th of the season. He's now 4-5 on 5 2/3 with 7 hits allowed, 5 runs all earned. Tommy Malone suffers the loss. He is 1-3. He gave up 8 runs, 7 earned in his inning and a third. As the